Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got some stories that came from fpnetworkinfo@gmail.com. Thank you guys for sending me that. The first one is from Mr. S.O. That's the initials of more than likely a fake name, but I'll never divulge your information. Muslim youth in Minneapolis attacked police with explosives on 4th of July. This is the same thing that's going on in France, but they don't want to talk about it. That's why I'm not rolling footage. I went and found some, but he actually sent some. But go to Twitter. It's over there. Some other news stations have already done it. I just can't take that chance. There was a history teacher on YouTube that had a lesson about the Muslims. They're smart. They've been using the same game plan for thousands of years. They feel empowered to start terrorism. Now, before you jump on me, I know the majority of Muslims are peaceful. It's the minority that we have to be concerned about, and the numbers are staggering. I'll get to that in just a second. But this is, just so you know, after Minneapolis becomes the first major U.S. city to broadcast Islamic call to prayer 5 times a day. They are taught to take over from the infidels. It is estimated that 10% of Islam is radical. And that's where I was wrong, and you were wrong as well. Because I had to go to the Organization of Islam Corporation to get the stats. Here's what they say. 1.2 billion Muslims are on the planet. Estimated 15 to 25% are radical. So let's just take the middle road, 20%. 20% of 1.2 billion is 240 million radical, wild-eyed, just soon blow up a daycare, than do anything else type of Muslim. I mean, this is the ones we're concerned with. Now, as soon as I found that information, I had to figure out how many Muslims were in the United States. It turns out 3.45 million are here. Well, 20% of that is 690,000 wild-eyed, crazy, radical Muslims that want to kill you because you're an infidel. That's what they do, right? So, just know, I'm going to stop there. That's going on. I had no idea they were doing a call to prayer 5 times a day. But I think everybody should know that. Share this video with somebody. Hit the like button. Subscribe and ring the bell. It'd be great. Now, this next email was from FV. Thank you, FV. He found gender-neutral Skittles in Norton, Virginia. They're just colorless. Okay, whatever. I don't know who makes Skittles, but they're jumping on the ESG bandwagon. You know, if you go woke, you go broke. But later on, maybe you get bailed out because you've got a good ESG score. Environmental, social, and governance. Heavy on the governance. So, you know, they're getting in line. They're getting all that diversity and all that stuff they tout all the time. They're hey, look at us. We're for the pride and LGBTQ and all these things. Look at us. You know, we changed our Skittles to colorless. Aren't we good? It's virtue signaling to the ESG god. Thank you for sending that. Now, this next story is from legendary investor Jeremy Grantham. Says the stock market has a 70% chance of crashing, and it could be an epic burst like 1929. I want to go ahead and encourage you guys to get something hard, and please have a way to protect your family. I'll put a link in the description to a friend of mine that can help you with that. The bubble burst has been somewhat delayed by AI. It doesn't think that the crash is going to be delayed, but because it's inevitable. But AI seems to be pumping up the stock market again. It's the dot-com bubble. It's the new thing. Now, Grantham, I circled this. Grantham is estimated to be worth about $1 billion, so we might ought to hear what he has to say. But Grantham is convinced the market has created a perfect storm for bubbles, such as asset prices to burst. But the emergence of artificial intelligence has delayed the pop. Stocks had benefited from almost a perfect environment for the last decade. So You know, I say this all the time, but I got a lot of stock millionaires in here that could possibly turn some of that into some land or something hard, a way to grow food, a way to, maybe just think about buying something hard. You work too hard to suffer through a market crash, something to the tune of 1929. All right, let's keep going. Get your passport. That's one action to take in this video, actually. The State Department is currently getting as many as 500,000 passport applications a week. Whoa! So you might want to do that. That's an action I would do. You know, why not? One action, there's two actions taken in this video. I'm coming up on the next one. They say we are on track to set the highest demand year ever for far as surpassing previous demand surges since 2007 and 2017. So they're starting to see, I don't know if people are wanting to leave the country because they see it, or, you know, they're going on vacations. I doubt that too much. Maybe, but, you know, what's the harm in going ahead and getting it? You know, why wait till it's 1 million a week or 2 million a week? Okay, now, the last story is back-to-back solar flares. I had one happen on the 4th of July. It turns out when everybody was preparing for a fireworks show, the sun was putting on its own, ejecting powerful bursts of energy. Now, the sheer electromagnetic power, I wrote this down because I wanted to push this home, of a flare could disrupt power grids, internet connections, and communications on Earth. So, get a ham radio. They're like 20 bucks. 20 bucks. Yeah, you have to have a license to use it, but if something like that happens, it's not going to matter. And if you can get enough people around you with a ham radio, you should be able to communicate pretty good. That's my plan. I've already bought 4 of them and given them away. So, you know, just think about that. It doesn't seem like any harm. It's 20 bucks. It's just worth having. The CME was observed by NASA satellite on July the 4th. The Prediction Center is forecasting the solar flare to reach Earth's atmosphere by as late as Thursday or earlier Friday. So late tonight or in the morning. This storm is a minor G1. They do that on a scale of 1 to 5. NOAA's 5-level scale to rate the potential impacts of this storm of any geometric activity headed towards Earth. There's a potential for some G2 impacts for a storm of this level. So the problem is there's another one on the way. Space weather physicist said the 4th of July flare is moving faster and will catch up with Sunday's flare, creating a 1-2 punch. So the flare could produce auroras at mid-latitudes, and it's just, I'm not going to go too much. I don't want this to be fear-mongering. I would just like for people to be prepared, because after 2020, I think it's the Thunderdome. It's like anything goes. You know, I never thought I'd see the things I've seen already, and I'm not saying we're going to see that, but why not have a way to communicate? I think we'll see it in our lifetime, though. I do. All right, guys, it's starting to rain. Have an awesome, awesome day. I'll see you in the next one. Later.